is that still on?
I bought like getting set up in it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Bloody is. I can tell you.
Is it just magnetic onto that clip?
This one?
No, that.
No, it's just pressure. Good morning. Well, good afternoon, should I say. So we're back in Crewe. And we're just walking up now to Webb House. See what's happening. Morning, pal. So there's a protest today starting now. The members of the cult have been allowed to move back in, and there was a significant gathering yesterday afternoon and last night, which I'm sure the neighbours were all over the moon about. There was a large police presence. Allegedly it kicked off a bit, and there's another gathering today. We've got police vans down here. So there's been numerous arrests, as you all know, and numerous people bailed with quite strict conditions. You know, they're not allowed in Crewe, the people have been bailed. They're not allowed to control anyone's passports or phones. Not allowed to be around children other than their own children. Not allowed to leave the country and all that kind of thing. And there goes the police. Morning, Nelly. Right, guys?
Yeah, you okay?
I'm good, mate.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Good man, good man. So Lord knows what's going to be like here today. I think, you know, they're probably expecting a lot of people. Whether there is or not, I couldn't say. So I'm doing it a bit different today. I've got my phone on a chest mount so I can have my hands free to film with my action camera. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm not very interactive in the chat, because obviously with it being, all right fellas, you all right?
Yeah.
With it being mounted on my chest, I'm not really going to have access to it. A few people gathering. Hey up guys, you alright? Right.
Make sure you are safe, please. I will do, thank you.
So here we are. Pardon? Behind the white line. Yeah, Mum. How you doing? You alright? I will do in a minute, don't worry. I'm not going to do anything. I'm only stood here filming, mate. I'm not going to cause any trouble, don't worry. Yeah, man, no worries. Is he shouting at us or them? Them. Never know these days, do you?
No, we're sort of beyond the line.
Has the old, they had the robot dog out on patrol yet?
No, they're
No,
not
it's
allowed
been
that.
taken.
They're not allowed, oh, they're not allowed the robot dog.
They got that
Been
taken.
taken.
You got it took off them.
You're right. And the other dogs.
What, real dogs?
Yeah.
So they've had actual dogs taken off them, yeah. So they've had, you know, real dogs removed from the property and robot dogs. Welcome to the future.
The one with the big bobble on the head is Wrangle the police.
Which one? Got someone there?
No.
In there?
Yeah, they already know all that. Don't worry, I already know all. No, that was already there before.
Does want me ahead, doesn't
There's
it?
about 7 police vans beyond us.
Oh, I know, seen. I've just walked round that part that way. So there's a few people here, and I think we can expect to see these numbers grow significantly. And like I was saying earlier, Crewe Council, last time we did a protest here, the mayor was in there with them, 2 councillors were in there with them, Stand Up to Racism were in there with them, telling us all we were racists, that we were Nazis and that we were fascists and that all our concerns were unfounded. And now, here we are, a few months down the line, with allegations of trafficking, sexual abuse, forced marriages, slavery, and the ones that have been bailed have got really strict conditions. And sorry, my mate. And you know, like I keep saying, you don't bring out 500 coppers and coppers from Sweden, and you don't dig up grounds based on a few flimsy allegations. So, you know, as much as people might be angry, I think they've got good grounds for it, and good reason for it. And I do think, you know, we also have to remember that there may well be people in there that are being manipulated and mind controlled, and, you know, victims essentially. They might not realise they're victims at this point, but we all know how cults operate. We've seen Heaven's Gate cult, we've seen, you know, Jim Jones, the Branch Davidians, all struggled with rampant allegations of forced marriages, sexual abuse, mind control, brainwashing. You know, it's a quintessential ingredient of pretty much every cult we've ever seen throughout history.
Yeah, I guess that's like
Say again?
They were called the Black Banners before police.
Were they? I didn't know that. So apparently they were called the Black Banners before they changed the name
If you look them up,
to
they'll tell you.
Peace and Light. Obviously, they must have got someone to do a bit of PR and rebrand them, as the Islamists usually do, as the religion of peace.
We've got very deep into it.
Hey?
We've got very deep into it.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked into them. About 12 months ago, I started watching stuff about them.
If you go on gov.info.gov, it's all on there. There's a cult education thing where you can go on. There's a cult education page institute that you can go on, and it's got all the ex-cult members. And it's
Well, I
just,
know that there's like allegations of like fraud, financial fraud, racketeering, like the German woman that's gone missing in India.
Oh yeah, that's because the leader's brother.
She tried to leave. She was with the leader's brother,
Yeah,
and she's vanished. No one knows where she is.
we actually do. We know what's happened because
Well,
a Muslim bloke that
You're gonna be more
knows
mad
a
at
lot
later.
about them.
See it last night?
She's dead.
Well, yeah.
Of course,
She
she's
got-
dead.
They took her to the Indian temple and did it there.
Yeah.
And her words were, please do not let my kids go.
Yeah.
But obviously they are, so.
When I left that day, they all got brought back.
So we might have a bit of a slow start to the day, but I'm sure in the next hour or two there's going to be shitloads of people here. I'm live on YouTube, yeah.
I'm in your YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm when we chasing 3MP and
Oh yeah. Was that you guys on the bikes and that behind me? Yeah, it's gone a bit viral, that. A little bit, for me anyway. So guys, I'm just going to be a bit away from the chat for a while because I'm going to put you on my chest mount for a bit. Alright guys, enjoy the show. It's all exciting, this, isn't it? You guys local? I'm not filming or anything, no.
I'm from,
I'm just saying I'm not filming, you know. But you guys live around here?
I don't.
You don't? You do? And have you all been wondering what the hell's going on in there for last several months? I bet you have.
I've muted them. Just block them. The ones that are saying.
I will do, mate, in a sec. Once I get me shot, I'll go out, I'll go back, don't worry. Yeah, man, don't worry.
So basically,
Don't worry about it, mate. Alright, mate. Yeah, man, don't worry.
let them sit
In this house, came into this country illegally, sold his shit, came into the country illegally.
How can you say there were false allegations without any charges, no evidence? There is a case. And there is a verdict.
Hey, did you hear about the woman that went missing?
Oh yeah, the German woman, yeah.
Yeah.
Read about that last year.
Well, he's one of the ones that got arrested. It's Ali Mohammed who got arrested.
His brother?
He lives there, yeah.
So can I ask you, I don't know what I'm doing with these. How would you zoom in on that?
You can't. You
Can't.
zoom in.
I was wondering, okay. Right, now I know I'm not
They're
stupid.
the best cameras, but the shit, they can't zoom, just that's
Right.
it. But this is why
But it's good enough.
the phone. Yeah,
It's good enough
it's-
quality that you can
it's the
zoom
best
in on.
camera on the market.
I've just got a new one there, just some, yeah, it's decent.
Just can't zoom in.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Well, you have to actually zoom in when you edit.
That's
so
what I mean. It's
that's what
decent
you've
enough
got
to do that,
yeah.
innit? Come on, mate. I watched your video you did, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
The day before with
Day
the
before,
with the
yeah.
fire on it and that.
Yeah, day before yesterday, yeah.
What was that, just kids?
What's that?
Kids setting shit on fire? An abandoned farm on it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. People were saying that they think the farmers sent people in and insurance job, and other people said it was natural, like it just combusted into flames.
There's just
So
a
there's another
fire
there
stuff.
now. Just
Oh, is there?
another one again, yeah.
Really? Just some farm up the road somewhere, I don't know.
Oh, I know.
I don't really know the area, so.
The animal one.
He did a film, a movie the other day, and he went to look at a few fires at farms down the road and that, but allegedly.
Seeing that I'm getting them all on my TikTok.
My TikTok's been blowing up this morning.
No, it's from them.
Oh yeah, I've had them on mine as well. They've been posting on my Facebook, my YouTube, my
They've
TikToks.
been trying to find out where Mr. Manchester lives and everything.
Oh, have they? Well, sure they'll be on me as well.
Book, they are allowed to lie and they are allowed to snore.
Of course, yeah, it's called Takia. Oh yeah, they've got. If it's like they're allowed to lie, if it's to protect their lives or protect their faith, or be seen as peaceful, like they're allowed to lie. It's not unethical in those circumstances to lie. So, yeah.
So just making excuses for lying.
Well, I mean, it's justified under the religion, so. So people, drifting in bit by bit, a few more people. Huh? Who is?
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Excuse me, mate. Excuse me, there. It's all right.
No.
Your house, the house is back to the town. Belongs to the people of Crewe. Not to some fucking weirdo, sex offender.
Go on, mate. Fucking tell them.
It is. It's a fucking sex offender. You're all fucking sex
Fucking
offenders.
ragged. Fucking ragged. I like rag that fucking neck of his. Come out the gate and show you what we're fucking doing.
The fucking pedo ring.
That's where you have the police back you up. Fucking shit houses.
Out! We want you out! Out! We want you out! Get fucking out!
Yes, mate. How are you? Good, mate. You all right?
Pedos! Pedos! You're not welcome. You're never going to be welcome. Never, ever welcome. Fuck off! I'm telling you, fuck off! No good people, you should be
No,
here.
you should be here.
Yeah. We want you out. We want you out. We want you out. Out. You know you're not fucking wanted, so why stay?
The statue supposed to be isn't it?
I don't know, I zoomed in on the other day with quite a good camera. It doesn't look like a specific person.
I know we don't.
So, people are angry, and rightly so. Been betrayed by the Labour Council and the local Labour MP that have all allowed this to happen. And now, incredibly, we've got a fucking Islamic death cult living in an orphanage in Crewe, which has probably got already, a long history of abuse and trauma as part of its history. And Labour Council have allowed that legacy to be extended even further by letting these guys buy it when it was actually left in a public trust of some description to the people of Crewe. A few police turning up now. Hey up fellas, you alright?
Yeah, good self.
I'm not bad, mate, I'm not bad.
It was a £2 million.
it though. It is
It's a C2 listed building, so it's not private.
Private land, because they don't.
This is
fuck
a
all.
drive.
C2 listed building, so it's not private.
It's not, yeah.
It's not. It's C2 listed building.
Right, don't get
yeah.
arrested, just go behind the line,
Company's
just
house,
please
C2
him.
listed
Don't,
building,
not
so
worth
it's not
getting
private.
arrested for.
Leave your pedos. We want you out. We want you out. Nonsense.
Just step back behind the line.
You're nonsense. We want you out. We want you out. You're not welcome. You are not welcome.
Ladies and gents, if we just step back behind the line, because this is a
What if we
private
don't?
driveway.
What if we don't? What are you going
Well,
to do about it?
I'll have to feed back into the commander.
And
around
what will
the
that
corner,
do? What will
and
that
there is
mean?
traffic around.
If we get arrested, will they get that out? How would that work?
Yeah.
How's that fucking work? We should be allowed to say what we want. Not fucking there, we can't.
Stand on private property.
No army here, we can't get through there. We can't get through there, can we?
Stand back.
That's it. Thanks, mate. I'm just politely asking you just to move back behind the line.
Yeah, boys, they're right. It's peaceful. Paul.
You know, no point.
We want you out. We want you out. Gone. Nonsense. Out.
Let's not make it racist. It's about the safety of the people in there and the community. Let's not make it racist. When you're saying get them out, that is a far right narrative. Stop it. Yes, it is.
But people want them out.
Yes, it is. We want the safety of us and them. We want the safety of us and them. They need to respect our law. That is it. They need to respect our law. That is it.
Everybody's shouting at. Don't be shouting
You're shouting at me. I'm trying
I don't
to
care.
He was
Don't
shouting.
shout at
He
him
was
again.
shouting. Don't get in my face.
I don't care.
Do not get in my face.
Okay,
Yeah,
right,
and I am trying to calm it down because it's about the safety of us. Yes, but when you say get them all out, you're turning them to get out.
Do you know what they do? Do you know what they do in there? I found everything out that they do in there. It's called a confrontation in there. There are victims in there. shouting at
Do not say get them all out.
They all still do it whether they're victims or not. They still do shit.
Yeah, they think it's okay. It's not all of them.
Why don't you go in there? You seem to be on their side.
I'm not on their side. I don't agree with
Sound
that
like a
at
little
all.
lefty, you do.
Excuse me, I'm a Christian.
What you are? You're just a big
I
mouth.
don't care.
You're just a big mouth woman. That's all you
I do not
are.
care what you think I am.
Big mouth woman.
I am
That's all
trying
you
to
are.
protect the
You and mine, I'd
country.
slap you all over the place.
What then? Oh, protect one of the children.
you and mine.
Protect one of the children. You've just
Go
threatened
fuck
me.
yourself.
You've
Piss
just
off.
threatened me. Where's the police?
Piss
You've
off.
threatened me.
You shut your fucking mouth. You big mouth bitch.
Well, it's going to be carnage here today. It's going to be carnage here today.
Just step off the road. Go to the highway. Thank you.
Are you up, Ned, mate? You alright?
You get hit by a car.
Right, guys, you're going back on the chest mount for a minute. So, forgive me if I'm not interacting too much on the chat. Honestly, I thought I was going mad. I was like, why can't I work it out?
Checking YouTube and just trying to find out.
Public curb, it matches all curbs.
So there's more people turning up. Alright, mate? More police turning up. It's going to be an interesting couple of hours.
It's all good fun.
It's all good fun, mate.
Sky rang me this morning. They're supposed to.
Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, we did the original demo with Sky, because Sky are doing an expose of it.
Right. Yeah, well, you know, I'm just filming that guy. I don't agree with what that guy said, you know. I won't be surprised if he gets arrested in a minute. But there you go.
Went away.
No, mate, don't you worry about me.
You know, two wrongs don't make a right. At the end of the day, guys, two wrongs don't make a Come on, guys, get joined in on the live.
Look, more people arriving. Every few minutes, just more people rolling up.
What I'll say is,
So this woman is obviously making a bit of a statement to the police after that guy threatened her. I mean, I don't agree with him threatening her. And I acknowledge her point that, and I said it myself earlier, about 10 or 15 minutes before she said it, that, you know, we do have to remember that whilst we're all super pissed off and angry that this is allowed to have happened in the UK, in the middle of Cheshire, that, you know, some of the people in there are probably victims. You know, they've been brainwashed, they've been mind controlled and manipulated, and they might be in there and not even, you know, consider themselves to be victims at this stage. So she's going, this woman now. So I'm not gonna follow her because obviously, you know, she's already been threatened. But she might have been a cop. She's on her own. She's going off with the police. You know what? You could be right. She could have been. She could have been put in there to stir up tensions. She could have been brought there to stir up tensions. You just don't know, do you? Changed my mind now. Now someone said that, I want to follow her. Are we allowed down here?
Yeah.
We are.
Time, you alright?
Hey mate, you alright?
In February when we were last time.
How could I forget you? You're going to chaperone me down the alleyway, are you, as well?
Walk with you after all.
Alright, why is that then?
No, I'm going to say hello. Are you live streaming?
I'm live streaming, yeah. Alright mate, you have a good day too, pal. So last time I was here, copper was all over me every time I stepped off the curb. Every time I went near the gate. And a couple of days ago, when all the investigation was going on, you couldn't get down this alleyway for love nor money. They won't let you anywhere near it. So Yeah, she could well have been an agent provocateur. Right, fellas, you all right? Oh, there she is down there. Hey Ned, if you could do us a favour, just had a text off Kay asking me if I'm here, but because I'm on live stream I can't message her, so tell her yes, I'm here. Hey guys, you alright?
Okay.
Right, Chief, you alright?
How's they going?
It's very well, thanks. How's yours? There's another right-wing troublemaker there. Mate, you couldn't walk. When it was all going on, the investigation, you couldn't get down here for love nor money. I mean, there's not really much to see over that fence, is there?
They put them in a specific part where nobody can get.
Yeah, yeah. So, like I say, it's getting busier. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I heard you talking before about he was in Sweden in 2021.
Yeah.
So that's where he was based, and then he got deported from there.
Yeah.
For illegal immigration. So a lot of them are actually illegal migrants and asylum seekers.
Yeah,
so
haven't they got some
to reapply again?
Haven't they got some doctor that's been like helping them?
Well, he was a doctor, Mohammed something. He's the one that basically, because this is a C.
So they've got a guy.
A C2 license.
They've got a guy. What does that mean?
Well, it means it's a care home.
Oh right, okay.
The C4 is a HMO, which is what this is basically. It's not a care home, is it?
Right, so it's under a C2 license.
Yeah, but they use the doctors so they could open it and say it's medical care for the residents that live here.
Right. So. And he is he's helping them with their applications, I take it. Yeah. And they've also got a guy in the council who's on the planning committee or something, haven't they?
Wow, okay.
Something like that, or he works in the council.
I'm not surprised though. I mean, they all work together, don't they? Amnesty International, they're associated with them as well, which is a massive asylum seeker.
Like a lobby group.
Yeah,
well, not, yeah.
You've got Stand Up to Racism, the Hella Rights
Well,
and all them involved,
I was just saying to the live before, I was like, you know, last time we were here, they had.
Excuse me, have you guys seen the cross?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's like don't know what that's about.
The man told me it's for a cat.
For what?
For a cat.
Right. What, the cross around the back? Yeah, what, they buried a cat there?
Yeah, so they buried a cat there, but it's a bit big for a cat, isn't it?
That'd have been a puma. Or a lion.
I seen them digging. They was digging.
Yeah, there was a video, wasn't there? When I was here last time, everyone was saying they were digging, but we couldn't get close enough to see it. But like I said, last time I was here, the council, there was 2 councillors in there. The mayor, she was in there. And they were calling us racists and Nazis, and they were with Stand Up to Racism, and then they all shouted at us, oh, all you Nazis and racists, you stay out here, we're going in with these guys to have a cup of tea and a slice of cake. And so that's what they did. And now that all this has happened, the local council put out a statement saying that the mayor and the councillors that have been coming here were not doing it in, you know, their mayoral capacity or in their capacity as councillors representing the council. They did it in their own time and for their own private reasons. So they've been supporting it for however long. They've been in there, befriending them, supporting them, and now this has happened. The local council is trying to distance themselves from the scandal because Labour, as usual, just like their leader, they're emulating their leader. They are refusing to acknowledge or accept any kind of accountability. They've got no humility. They can't hold their hands up and say, you know what, we think we made a mistake here. We're sorry to the people of Crewe. No. They've just tried to distance themselves They just tried to distance themselves. I tried to speak to Connor Nicesmith the other night. I said, excuse me mate, excuse me pal, will you talk to me? And he blanked me, wouldn't talk to me. So I unloaded on him and I asked him how he voted on the grooming gang scandal. I asked him how he voted. Hiya guys, you alright? I asked him how he voted on the Mandelson affair, and I went later and I checked it out and he voted against it. And that's why he didn't speak to me, because he knew I was going to rip him a new one. So I ripped him a new one anyway. So, you know, the people of Crewe have just been had over totally by their Labour Council, who have been, you know, historically they've been really strong here. They've won the last 3 elections. They've had all 20 council seats in the area. Yes, lads. And they're actually... I'll go and ask someone. Am I right in thinking that there's not a local election here on this week? There's not, is there? No. There's not, no. So I'm right, they've not even got an election this week. So even though Labour have been dead strong in this area for years, they've held all 20 seats, and now this week there isn't a local election. That's not going to happen here in Crewe until 2027. So I don't know what that means for the Labour Council here after all this, how they're going to, you know, continue, because I think that the mayor should step down. The councillors that were in there several months ago pandering to these lot should step down. Connor Nicesmith should step down because he's not represented the interests of the people of Crewe. He's voted against the grooming gang scandal. He's voted against the Mandelson inquiry and his links to Epstein. God knows what else he's voted against. So, you know, they're traitorous. They've betrayed the people of Crewe, and now, you know, this building was left to the people of Crewe in some kind of public trust fund, and yet they still sold it to an Islamic death cult that has been kicked out of several countries. They are linked to the suspected murder of a German woman who was part of the cult, who was married to Abdullah Hashem's brother. She's gone missing. Nobody knows where she is. You know, they were digging this place up the other day. There's no smoke without fire. These guys, you know, are, you know, untrustworthy, and, you know, God knows how many people are in there against their will. It's disgraceful. But more people, still a few people arriving. I mean, Keir Starmer's made a career out of protecting people like this. Right, guys? Not bad, mate. How are you?
That's it, mate. That's not raining either.
So it was. Were you guys here last night?
No.
You weren't.
No, we
got a bit leery, didn't it? At one point, few points.
We were just talking about yeah.
No, we weren't here last night.
No. Okay.
Were you here last night?
No, I wasn't. No. I wanted to be, but you know.
Commitment.
Yeah.
No, well, you know, it's getting lifts up here and that, innit, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I wanted to be. I'm here today though, mate.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I enjoy it.
But yeah, I hope it stays peaceful as well.
Could be worse. Could be unemployed.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that the police collect information. I don't care that much. You know, I'm always, when I first started doing this, I was really hostile to the police, telling them to fuck off, calling them traitors. you know, swearing at them, and then didn't really get me anywhere. See, this guy is gathering info clearly. I've already been referred to prevent, you know, don't know, I don't think you can do this and not be on their radar. No, I'm not giving them any information really. They know who I am anyway. You know, I'm all over Manchester doing this every week. I'm in court in October. So, you know, they know where I am. And, you know, I'm Christian, so I have faith that God will protect me, that I'm under the protection of the Holy Spirit and God's angels. So, you know, what's the worst they can do to me? Kill me, chop my head off? Well, I'm not excited about anything like that happening, but if they want to do it, that's a one-way ticket to the kingdom for me, so it's all good. Put me in a cage, fuck 'em, so what? God hates us all. It's a Slayer tune, that. Nice one, Steve. Has they got a smoke meaner?
I don't want my view about filming. So
that's all right.
International offences and it's still in the house. How many crimes would it need
with regards to international law?
I think it's realistically way above sort of what we
Well, because common law is customary international law, and it was actually brought in as customary international law in 1930. I'm just curious, if a law or an act is brought in which breaches common law, how would you guys recognise it if you don't know what common law is or you don't know your international obligations?
Well, for myself, I respond to incidents that come in live, so that's not going to really affect you.
You never know. You never know.
Because
what if the police are being used, and the police in general are being used, and that's breaching the country's international obligations?
Well, it'd be something more for our
But that's it. How the question was, how would you spot it?
It's not something I'll deal with.
So you would allow yourself to breach your international obligation?
I do my job correctly, and that's why.
Did the policemen have international obligations that you're aware of? Because obviously you've got like a jurisdiction that you work in, haven't you? No?
Yeah, we've got our own laws and we've got human rights, but
which are like international.
We're not standing there doing interviews all day.
Oh no, I'm only asking questions.
I know, but we're going on about stuff that's not relevant right now.
Well, no,
well, you're not going to talk about what's going on there, though, are you?
Definitely not.
In fairness, I don't have much information anyways. Pardon?
Don't have much information I can share anyway.
I'm just asking the question because, you know, I was just bouncing off what he was saying.
Yeah, I understand. But I'm not going to stand here. So
no worries, mate. Don't worry about it.
Check this. In 1930, with the signing of the Geneva Convention and the International Declaration of Bankruptcy, which put all countries under the fiat system, it set the stage for creating the fiat system, which is not money. Now, if you declared yourself bankrupt and then you continued working, what would happen to you? You'd be thrown in prison, wouldn't you? Because it's illegal to operate in bankruptcy.
Now, you just start a business under another name and carry on.
That's what they do, isn't it? But with the signing of the Geneva Convention, all legislative lawmakers in 1930 were suspended.
I mean, you know what? vaguely on and off over the years looked into all this common law and freeman on the land stuff, and
Oh, not
it's.
freeman on the
I know,
land,
but I'm just
no.
saying, I've looked at all that stuff, and it's a minefield. Like, unless you know really like what you're talking about, don't subject me to the folder, mate. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to me now? Not gonna subject me to a 4-hour TED talk, are you? I'll lose all my viewers if you subject me to a 4-hour TED talk on international common law. Not that I don't find it interesting.
In common law, as customary international law. Nobody can tell me that common law doesn't exist because it's customary international law.
Of course, but when you go to court these days to defend yourself, the courts that you go into, they're not common law courts, are they?
No, they're not. No,
So
they're not.
you're already losing.
You just got to challenge their jurisdiction.
I see the Canadian guy do it.
I challenged the Cabinet Office. They acquiesced to the lack of legitimate authority to govern us under the senior laws of Britain.
Yeah.
I then spent 4 months challenging Greater Manchester Police, which Greater Manchester Police acquiesced to the lack of legitimate authority to police us under the senior laws of Britain.
Yeah.
It then ended up going through to the magistrates, and I had a full magistrate's withdrawal from the case line. So each level of government, they acquiesced to the lack of legitimate authority, and I've got it because it's been through the court.
Yeah.
Got the court papers and everything like. But yeah, common law is customary international law.
Nice one, mate. Hey up, ladies. Here we are, the lesbian cartel on the scene. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, how are you doing,
I'm good.
sweetheart? You good? Breaks has only just got up.
You're not allowed to film in there, you know.
Something it?
You're not allowed, mate.
We're not?
No.
Not allowed.
I'm reporting you to the police. There we go, I got brakes on the scene. MKR. Got Jermaine there, unfiltered. And of course me, make Albion great again. Bring on the dancing horses. Yeah, there might be some horses here in a bit. I think they had horses here. Yeah, they had horses here the other day. Sure they did. Can't remember, maybe I'm imagining it, I don't know. Crazy times in the UK.
What are you live on?
YouTube. Calm down. Calm down.
I should have been able to command them.
Police now enforcing the white line.
Let me move behind you because I don't want to be on your film.
Oh, sorry, mate.
It's alright, I'm happy behind the camera. We've got quite a few YouTubers in today. What's your YouTube, mate? And I'll shout you out.
Make Albion great again.
Make Albion great again. It was here on Wednesday.
Yeah, we had a chat on Wednesday, didn't we? Yeah, I remember.
I'll follow you, mate. I'll follow
Yes,
you.
mate, nice one.
Yeah, we already know what. You need to get your monetisation turned on.
Yeah, soon. I'm hoping. I'm nearly there.
What do you need to get it on?
Just some more hours, more viewing hours.
Everyone will follow Make Albion great again.
Started blowing up a bit after filming this last week. Yeah.
That's what you need.
I've been trying for the last 12 months. Well, 8 months or something like that. Yes, I'm a grifting rat. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
No, I'm not. Everyone's in here watching you. All the family. They'll be moderated.
You call me whatever name you want, mate. You could call me every name you want. Fucking little muppet. Hey up, Baraka.
I'm live.
Hope you're well, mate.
Showed up.
Very quiet here today on the inside. Nothing but security out. Usually they're out at the front, but I guess with the current situation, they're battening down the hatches and staying behind closed doors. Yeah, I'm not bothered. I don't care. They're in my live, watching my stream. It's nothing but good for me. So let them be in the chat. Let them call me names, say what they want. Who gives a shit what they say? Hey up, AY. Hope you're good, mate. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Excuse me. Slowly becoming a larger crowd.
Don't forget to tickle that right button, you know.
Where's your leader gone? Where's your leader gone? Where's your leader gone? Where's your leader gone? Not allowed into Crewe, is he?
Yeah, but there's a sign just up there that says welcome to.
Yeah. So they've got the people that have been bailed are on very strict bail conditions. Not allowed in Crewe. They're not allowed to stay in anywhere for more than 24 hours without informing the police where they are. Not allowed to control other people's passports, ID, phones, SIM cards. Not allowed to leave the country. So Lord knows where the leader is now. Abdullah Hashem, his brother, I think his brother's called Muhammad Ali, I think, don't quote me on that. I'm sure they'll be in some safe house somewhere, speaking to the lawyers, solicitors. They've got a police van on the estate here on the side. They're from all over the world, these guys.
Looks about £3 grand.
Right, so do these...
Oh, you just took the chair away when I've just got here. Can I not have a look now?
Don't stand on the concrete post, you'll be able to see over, mate.
I know, I've had a look before.
Hey, I'll tell you what, use it.
Cheers, mate.
If that chair was sat down, I'd approve. I don't want to chat, I'll have to go. Mark, why did you have to bring a chair? Take that away, boys. You get 3 points on your license.
Pardon?
Got all the kits.
Pardon?
Got all the kits.
I've got all the kit, almost, mate. I nearly got all the kit.
Sounds like I was taking the mick there. That wasn't what I was doing, by the way.
No, mate. You sound, mate. You'd have to say something worse than that to upset me, pal. Yeah, you can't see much over that fence anyway. There's too many trees in the way.
Is that TikTok or YouTube?
I'm on YouTube there, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Make Albion great again.
Oh, I think I've seen you about on that.
Yeah, I was here. I've been here a couple of times now. You local lad, yeah?
Yeah. Him?
Yeah?
I live on this estate.
You live on this little estate here?
You got kids as well.
Yeah, and
you've even worse.
Bet you've all been wondering what the fuck's going on in there for the last 12 months, haven't you? How long have they been there?
I've been here about 4 years and they've been here fucking since then.
Right, okay. So they've managed to keep their heads down for a while, haven't they?
Since 2019, man. You've had no mileage in them 4 years.
Well, I guess, you know, when you're up to the sort of stuff they're up to, you've got to keep a low profile.
With these
But
allegations, though, we're not worried about us, it's our children.
Of course, mate.
Our younger generation.
Well, there was a couple of young girls talking on someone's live stream the other night saying they were trying to lure him in there, saying that they wanted to play with him and stuff like that.
You don't know what goes on behind closed doors, do you?
No.
That's the scary part.
Listen, baby shambles, you're like a fucking broken record. If you're going to criticise me, at least come with something. Fucking hell, mate. Like a parrot. Like a parrot with Down syndrome. And a broken wing. And a club foot. Need putting down. Fucking mong. Innit? A retarded parrot with a club foot and a broken wing. Now let him stay in the chat. Let them just rage bait themselves. Here's my fucking good mate, Jardine. How you doing, mate? You alright? Nice to see you.
Good man.
I'm expecting to see you here today.
It's only like 20 minutes drive, man.
Oh, is it?
I thought I'd nip up, see what the hell's going on. Like, yeah.
Just thought you'd pop in.
Just pop in.
See what going in.
See if I could join the cult.
Yeah, man. That's when we did when we done the protest here a few months ago. I was like, let me in.
Yeah.
I want to join. Let me in. I want to join the cult.
Like no more homies allowed.
Look at this clown here.
Oh, are you? Let's see.
Pop in for a grift. Called me a grifter about 700 times.
These words now they use, isn't it, man?
I don't like. He can stay in my live, watching my stream as long as he wants.
Exactly, yeah.
Fucking brain dead, fucking idiot. What, you on next week?
Nothing. I don't think so, man.
Next week.
You got, man?
Let's meet up next
Oh
week.
yeah, can do, man. Yeah. And then it's Tommy's thing.
I know, we're
isn't
getting
it?
ready for Tommy's thing, yeah.
Soon come round that as well.
It's crazy, isn't it? Got me B&B booked.
I need to do that tonight. I need something. So, yeah.
I know, yeah. People calling me a grifter. I've not even been monetised yet.
Man,
I'm here on my own, out my own pocket, on my own time.
You're basically doing what the mainstream media should be doing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm sure the mainstream media will be here, but you know they're on a different narrative, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, guys, you know, it's probably going to be much of a muchness for a while. You know, just walking up and down, hearing what people got to say. You know.
Filming.
You right, lads? Yeah, man.
That's when everyone was meant to be coming, R7. Then it got changed to 12.
Oh, was it supposed to be at R7 tonight?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I heard conflicting.
And then it got changed to 12, and then it was half 12.
I think it'll get busy tonight.
I think it'll get busy here tonight.
It needs to be every day of the fucking week, mate.
That's what I said. This needs to be here all day, every day,
You come once
until
or
they're
twice
gone.
and they know what you're doing, they just stick to it, mate. But if you come every day of the week, they'll take the intervention, mate.
I've seen a video, but
And the coppers, it's not even that, mate. The police can't keep coming every day of the week.
No, of course not.
Someone put, this is going to be the end. And you know on TikTok when they put like the comment and then they react to it?
Yeah.
They put,
I know it's taking unnecessary
it won't
time
end
out of everyone
until
else's
we
day
say
like to do it, but it needs to be done, mate.
Well, this is what we've been trying to do outside these hotels, and that is like keep the pressure up, because
They're gonna get fucking. They'll get the intervention.
even when you're feeling like you're pissing in the wind, you know, when you're out there every week, you're keeping the pressure up. Do you know what I mean? And it feels a bit tiresome occasionally, but you got to keep going, haven't you?
All these police officers that are here now weren't here last night.
They've got to find someone to buy that, though, haven't they, before they move?
It's a fucking.
No,
It's our building.
The man who owned that.
It was left to the people of Crewe.
That's what the man said in his will, innit? We're leaving it to
Yeah, it was in a public trust, left to the people of Crewe, and the council sold it.
Yeah, the council have got a backhand, haven't they?
Of course they have. Hey, we got the big guns coming in here. Here they are. Don't fuck about. The cartels are here. Cartels in town. Have you heard yourself in the chat? Baby shambles, eh? Chatting shit. What are you, far left radical socialists slagging off the working class in the chat? You fucking hypocrite. You pathetic hypocrite. Eh? Just because they don't align with your radical left-wing retarded politics, you're going to call them all out, all these working class people, yeah? Talk about brain dead, alienate yourself from the people, fucking mong. Hey up guys, how you doing, you alright? Hey mate, alright pal.
So he told me that.
You alright? I'm good, thank you.
We don't want a cult. This is a cult. This is a cult. We've got kids with serious allegations.
So is that what you call people, yeah, on benefits? Benefits scum. You do realise that welfare is like a socialist policy, yeah? You know, every time you type something in my chat, everyone that reads your comments loses about 10,000 brain cells. Keep chatting, mate, keep chatting. Mint. Yes, I don't know who owned it, but whoever did, when they died, they left. What was his name? Mr. Webb. Should have been obvious, really, shouldn't it? So, Mr. Webb, who owned this property, in his will, he left this building in a trust to the people of Crewe, and the local council sold it to these guys, an Islamic death cult, now facing extremely serious charges: sexual abuse, trafficking, modern slavery, forced marriages, and now they've all been let back in except the ones that are on bail, to the absolute colossal disdain of all the locals and many people from the surrounding areas. And they are, like I say, it's an Islamic doomsday cult, but they take parts of all three Abrahamic religions: Islam, Christianity, Judaism. When in Christianity, it's mostly Gnostic Christianity, which is itself heretical. Everything they are really is heretical to all of the Abrahamic religions. So that's why they claim to be massively persecuted in a large number of countries, especially in the Middle East, because obviously the Muslims, they're not going to tolerate anything that's heretical. Yeah. And like I said before, they've been expelled out of Canada, the US, they've been expelled out of Sweden. When they did the investigation here a few days ago, when that was underway, there was Swedish police were here. They've got allegations of corruption and financial fraud, alongside these charges and allegations that they're currently on bail for. There's a German woman who was married to the leader's brother, who was a member of the cult, who she's gone missing. She was a German woman. Nobody knows where she is. She was lured to India and she never came home. Obviously the suspicion was that they murdered her to silence her. Hey up.
Hey up.
Hello. Hello. So yeah, they've got, you know, a lot of serious allegations against them. There they go. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. And you know, that's what they're claiming now. These guys were protesting, not us, but you know, the cult members were protesting over the last few days over at the Crewe police station, where the leader and the other people who were arrested were being held, you know, and they were crying racism and persecution. I did an interview with one of them a few days ago down the road at the petrol station, and he was saying that in Sweden that, you know, there were no charges brought against them, but that they were just attacked by the authorities in a racist manner, and that they were being persecuted, and that's why they had to leave. And they've got some kind of international court case pending. I'm sure nothing will come of it, but you know, these people have got, I don't know what you call it, chapters or groups all over the world. I've seen them in, you know, the Philippines, in the Caribbean, India, even places like Serbia, of all places. You know, they're all over the place. And I think this is alleged, but when you join, you have to sell your home, your property, and give all the funds to the cult and his leader. You have to, allegedly he's got a replica of the Ark of the Covenant, and inside that replica of the Ark of the Covenant he holds a blood sample of each and every single member, which is highly disturbing, highly disturbing. Well, yeah, I guess like Scientology, many similarities. You know, it's another cult, you know, just like the Branch Davidians. You know, they were up to their eyeballs in forced marriages, sexual abuse, rape. And you know what happened to them? That place, their compound was attacked by the FBI and the ATF out in Waco, Texas. They used military-grade explosives, and the place burnt down with women and children inside. Loads of people died. You know, exactly how it always goes. You've got the Jonestown massacre, Jim Jones cult. They got kicked out of America. They went to live in the Guyanan jungle in South America. What did they do? They all drank poison Kool-Aid, and you know, I don't know how many, but a few hundred women and children and followers, they all perished in the jungle, following their leader into the abyss. You've got the Heaven's Gate cult, was a UFO cult back in the 90s. They believed that a spaceship was coming to take their souls away, that was hiding in the tail of a comet, that was visible in the night sky for months and months on end. You could see it every night, you could see it with a big tail coming behind it, and they believed that there was a spaceship in the tail of the comet, and when it arrived on its closest trajectory to the Earth, they all drank poison, and allegedly they claimed that their souls would have been picked up by the spaceship and taken to wherever. Just, you know, absolute madness, you know, and people call Christians crazy, you know, but look at these super special needs fucking cult, fucking doomsday cult, you know, just crazy ideas, luring, you know, people that are looking for some kind of connection, people that are looking for some kind of meaning in their life, you know, get sucked in to these cults, and, you know, they become victims. I'm sure, like I've said earlier, as much as we're angry with these guys, there's probably, you know, a lot of victims in there. Yeah, people of God. Is that guy who's Oprah Winfrey's mate, John of God? The family, yeah, the aliens, the UFO cult. It's all fascinating, but, you know, highly disturbing. Preying on the weak and the vulnerable for sex and money and power, control over other humans. I guess when you're someone like Abdullah Hashem, it's probably quite intoxicating to be, you know, in control of that many people, having them hanging off your every word, you know, having them believe that you are ordained and anointed through the line of Muhammad and coming to fulfill the prophecies of the Bible. And he calls himself the Mahdi, which is like the Islamic Messiah who's come to, you know, bring justice before the arrival of Jesus, you know, to destroy the evildoers. And from an Islamic perspective, that would be, you know, the equivalent of the Christian Antichrist, really. So the fact that this is going on near where I live is a bit of a head fuck, crazy.
yeah, a little tip. I usually spend about an hour or two reading.
Yeah.
You know, I spend 2 hours reading about.
There's loads on these, it's crazy, aren't they? It's just hard remembering it. Yeah, I just had to mute it for a minute while I was chatting to someone. Yeah, Jarmaine's here. Excuse me, fellas, can I squeeze through there for a minute?
Out! Paedophiles out! Take your filmmaker with you! Out!
Where's your leader gone? Where's your leader gone? Where's your leader gone? Where's your leader gone? Where's your leader gone?
Where's your leader gone? Jail! None!
I hope he's not coming back.
Abdullah Hashem, the Mahdi, the Islamic Messiah, chilling in Crewe, just noncing kids. Madness. Absolutely bangers.
These guys are going to be here because they believe that these offences have been happening. They believe that these offences
Statue of him in there.
Religion. It's got nothing to do with my God. Nothing.
Religious group. How could you be doing that?
It's a cult. It's a cult. You know it's a cult. It's a cult. You should be turning your ass round and going and arresting them. It's a cult.
They are coming over to start a war. Let them come over. Let them come over.
Oh, he does? Oh, does he?
Yeah, that's
When
your
any war,
Jesus.
when any war
That's your
starts,
Jesus.
these people here, this community and more, will be ready. Will be ready. So don't let that talk out.
Can I get past? Cheers, thank you very much.
Until we find out what is going on. We don't know yet what is going on.
Paedophile! Out!
Right, so all the evidence, see what I'm seeing here, guys? This really is all evidence. This is ex-cult members, and it's coming from, coming from people who used to be in this religious group that are also stating that these allegations did happen in other countries, hence why they got kicked out.
Protected by
This is what we've looked at. He knows he is.
So Baby Shambles has been put in time out for being a very naughty boy in the chat. He's in time out.
The lefties are starting to fight now.
What, in your chat? I just had to put a lefty on timeout.
You won't let them do it. You let them do it.
They're in your stream though, mate. Do you know what I mean? More views, more views.
More money.
Hey up, Truth Finder, you alright, mate?
We come down yesterday.
Yeah.
Guys, everyone see the chat now, drop me a follow as well. Not well.
various dates in June. So I'm going to go apart from each other.
Shush, don't listen. Do not listen to what people are screaming. It's okay.
If you listen, just don't repeat it.
Yeah. Make John always think is. She will repeat it. That's what kids do.
But you do your bit by saying, don't repeat it, and then what can you do?
I'll put that till he gets
Sick mullet, that, mate.
Thank you. How many's on there?
172.
Can you tell them to follow me?
Yeah, what's your name?
What's your life called? I'll mention myself.
Make Albion great again. Go on, just say it on there.
I can't, it's a hard name.
It's a hard name.
Yeah, watch it. Make
Albion. There it is, straight at the top. There you go. Sickest mullet in Crewe, guys. Check that out. Mint that.
I can't find it. Is that it?
That's it, yeah.
It's not saying you live with
Oh no, on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah, sorry. So this place was supposed to be a care home. It's under a C2 licence rather than a C4, which might be more like an HMO. Someone was telling me before, I don't really know much about it, but this was actually supposed to be a care home, and then the council sold it to these guys. Make Albion great again.
It's alright, but is he on YouTube? Are you from Crewe?
Manchester.
Are you that Mr. Manchester?
No.
Did you come all the way from Manchester just for that?
Just for this? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought down the road to see it. Should have come with me. Well, I got to know when the taxi driver was bringing it. It's still Mine was listening to one.
Our taxi driver was sound yesterday.
Our taxi driver. What's James Edward doing sitting on the floor? Jay!
So, you know, people are still arriving, trickling in, coming and going. You know, it's a little bit quiet. There's not really anything
I want it moving.
nothing like overly exciting going on at the moment.
Look, I'm on it. Say, shout that out, yeah? Ready? On TikTok.
Oh, sorry.
There, that one there. Say, shout the Kobe out. There, Kobe.
So everyone follow Kobe
Stop.
D Tiger, whatever you call it.
On TikTok.
On TikTok. He wants everyone to give him a follow. There you go, the best mullet in Crewe.
Yeah, look at his ponytail.
It's proper that.
Got a better ponytail than you, Nick.
That's got a better ponytail than me. Super mullet. Here's a sick haircut, that though, isn't it? You got to have some serious character to pull that off, let me tell you. Smashing it. Man like Jardine there.
And all of them jumped in on the copper, so what was it going to get fucking back?
Tell you what, who hates these? Evil Adrian. He fucking despises these. He's like, who's burning the photos?
You're not following me up.
Oh well, can only ask, mate.
BBC News last night, but that's so far away.
I think it's simply putting my phone on, you might have fixed the signal.
Yeah, like an half an hour later, it was terrorising the car, but something else. Elliot.
Police are here. No, but the helicopter's there.
Some bait on it. We got a big one. Reel it in, do a loop it up. The big fish finish, 170.
No, he's not allowed here. He's nowhere near. He's not allowed here.
We'll get a common sense. He said, some fucking big one.
Quite sure that statue at the end by the front door is a statue of the man himself, Abdullah Hashem. Hashem is actually a pretty interesting name. That's the name that the Jewish people used to call God, and it actually translates as the name because you're not allowed to say God's actual name. So Abdullah Hashem basically translates to Abdullah the name. Hey up, D-Boz, are you alright, mate? I'm sorry, mate. Well, I'll have a shot then.
Just as a fucking bottom line. Typical you.
So at the moment, if I'm honest, there's not really anything going on. You know, there's people gathering out on the street outside Webb House. You know, there's people driving past and beeping. People are coming and going. You know, the residents inside aren't coming out. They usually come out, stand at the gate singing songs about love and tell us that we're persecuting them, but today they're all hiding inside. They've just got security out, and you know, I can't predict which way things are going to go or what's going to happen. Some people thought that the protest started at 12 o'clock and other people have been saying that they thought it started at 7 o'clock tonight. So I guess, you know, some of these people will trickle away eventually, and then as we get closer to 7 o'clock tonight, more people will turn up. And you know, who knows what will happen. I guess a few people might be working even though it's bank holiday Monday, but actually there's quite a few less people now. A few people have drifted away. You know, I might end up dropping the live stream for an hour or two at some point and you know, switching it back on if things start picking up. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're claiming that they're being persecuted, that we're all racist. Hi mate, alright?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you reckon it'll be done lively after 7?
Might do, yeah.
So link, I sent you a link before, like, the details of...
Tonight?
No, the details of the guy who owned the house and all that.
Oh, right.
Francis Webb.
So there was, you know, hundreds of people here last night, a lot more than is here now. After, you know, the residents, the cult members were let back into the house, to the building. So the locals descended on this place last night in, you know, pretty large numbers. There was hundreds of people here. A few people got pepper sprayed. I think 5 or 6 people were arrested. It was pretty lively last night by all accounts, because they're pissed off. People are pissed off. You know, why would any councillors from Crewe and MPs at any point think it was a good idea to allow, you know, an Islamic cult to settle in Crewe of all fucking places? No, they don't care. You know, the authorities don't care. You know, they just see pound signs and they have these policies that say, you know, let them all in, throw them on welfare. We've got, you know, a massive welfare magnet that's just drawing in people from all over the third world to come and settle here in the UK at the cost of everyone else. And it's not fair. A tiny little island. And we're trying to assimilate, you know, millions of people every year It's not fair on the communities that these people end up in. It's not fair on the taxpayer. And it's not fair on all these women and children that are being attacked.
Go and question that guy in the red top, he's a lefty.
This guy with the beard?
Yeah,
I think he
so
is.
do you know when it was all the illegals and that, stop the boats and that? He was lefty, but then when we did a protest outside here, he was inside there with them.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Potential lefty here.
If we tried to break into Middlewich, we're getting arrested. They just got pushed away. Some of us are getting arrested. I don't care what anyone says. Because we're English and we can do everything we want.
So you believe that
Sorry, mate. I do apologise. I do apologise. Sorry, mate. I didn't do it on purpose.
Down that side to the windows.
Yeah, of course I will.
He's a man to ask questions. He'll tell you.
What's that?
The man. He's asking questions like.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why people are here and whether it's, I know the allegations. I'm just wondering why there's so many locals here.
Well, people are here because obviously they've heard the allegations.
Yeah.
And they're fucking abhorrent. Absolutely abhorrent.
Yeah. So
But
no,
you're saying you're being racist
swearing
by
to me
saying
though.
send them back.
Okay.
Is that racist to you?
No
Pardon?
Is that racist by saying send them back? Is that racist?
No, I don't think it's racist. The allegations are abhorrent. They've been charged, and I think that when 500 police officers come here with police from Sweden, and start digging up the grounds and arresting people, there's no smoke without fire. These people have been.
So you jump to conclusions, is what I've heard. No smoke without fire. It's
If you look on the
hang on a minute.
internet.
Hang on. I'm
Oh, well,
talking.
let-
Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm talking to him. I can't talk to you. Just wait your turn. So yeah, go on.
Well, they've been kicked out of several countries.
Yeah, but what
they've
we've
got
got here at
one
the
woman
moment, yeah.
who previously tried to leave and make allegations, was led to India. She's vanished. No one knows where she is.
What's the difference between an allegation and a conviction? What's an allegation?
Well, they've been charged.
What's an allegation?
It's an accusation.
An accusation.
Yeah.
So what are the police doing now then?
The police, what are they? They're investigating.
Investigating the allegation.
Yeah.
So the police are doing their job.
Okay, let's
Hang on a
go on.
minute. There's been a threshold reached where there's been enough allegations for the police to go, we need to look into this. And what are the police doing? You've seen what they
Investigating.
did. Was it Wednesday they came here? Hit the place on Wednesday. Hundreds of police went there, hit the place, got as much. They did it that way because we know what happens when you raid a place. If you do it a couple of cops
No, but
at
you
a
have to have
time,
evidence before.
they go in, hit it all before anybody can hide
No,
anything
they'd have to
to
have
get all the
evidence
information.
Okay, so let me put one thing to you. Go on, mate. Go on.
So that's what the police are doing. They're doing their job. So are we helping the police by standing outside here shouting, send them back, send them back?
Well, I think what we're doing is helping the people of Crewe express themselves and express their disdain for what's been allowed to sit inside that building for about 5 years, which is an Islamic doomsday cult.
So you're going on to, you're not here
It's
for
a
the
death- it's a
allegations
death
of
cult.
sexual assault, then you're here for the cult. You're against the religious beliefs of these people.
I'm against heretical Islamic doomsday cults.
So you're here for the religious
I'm here for the
reasons.
whole shebang, mate.
So it's the religion as well as the sexual.
I'm a Christian, so I am against the religion.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not even an agnostic. I'm a non-believer. You know why I'm a non-believer?
Go on.
Because you're out here as a Christian and they're in there, and neither of you can mix.
All right. So what do you? Question.
Neither of you can
What
mix
do you?
because you're scared
What
of
do you
each other.
think
You're
about
to
these
argue with
people
each
coming
other.
out on the boat?
Oh, my
No,
God.
right, do you want me to tell you something?
come in.
I've literally got evidence on my phone, right, for what they've got done for in California. And it's been signed by the United States California Court Judge.
Right, so when did a
So what do
conviction
you
in
think about all these coming over
California
on the boat?
Fraud,
Are you not against that?
racketeering,
Yeah, but
extortion.
when has a conviction in California had any jurisdiction in Britain?
So do you agree with what they've done then?
What have you done?
Well, obviously.
He's just
what
coming
they've
to
done.
start
Oh, so
People wouldn't come out. People wouldn't come out of
this is
Britain. Do you have
So
kids?
do you know what?
Do you have kids?
I have got kids. I've got
And what
grandchildren
would you
as
do
well.
if your kids are in that building going through that?
It's allegations, isn't it?
But if your child come out and made that allegation, would you do something
I
about it?
would support my
well, then
child.
there's kids
I'm
on
fine.
this street that families have to
So
live
you're
around.
saying that everybody in
I
there
don't
is
want my
a
kids
sex
to-
Oh, hang on, mate. I tell you what.
So
So-
you reckon there's,
there's been people
but you
in there that
reckon
are
there's
sex
more?
offenders.
You don't know. These are allegations. We may find out that they are.
like to
But
see
what
it?
would
Yeah, and then you're
Probably seen
No,
it,
well,
to be
so
fair.
what will happen if there's some of them there that are sex offenders. If the police have evidence...
And you're telling me that one
listen,
person could be a sex offender in there and none of them know about it?
Let me...
So I've already said...
Listen, let me finish. Okay, you've jumped into with an answer before I've given you my question. If the police find evidence that there's been some sort of sexual assaults that gone on in there, what is going to be in there apart from a perpetrator? Victims.
What about the forced marriages and stuff like that?
So what we're saying, there's going to be victims there. I'm not saying that there's rights, there's going to be victims there. So okay. If there's any illegal activity gone on in there, the people who have committed any illegal activity there, the police will sort that out, they will be convicted, and I don't give a shit what happens. Because to me, personally, if you committed a sex offence, when are you safe to be let out in public again?
Never.
Exactly. That's one thing we can agree on.
Absolutely.
Never, ever let out in public again. But you can't lock somebody up forever on an allegation, can you? What we need to do is look after the victim. That's more important.
So
what are the bail charges for? What are the bail charges for?
For sexual assaults and
No,
forced
it's not.
marriages and everything.
No.
There it is.
No, the bail...
Of course it is. They've got sex
No.
offender things.
They've
in
been
place.
charged for
No,
it.
no.
Their rules are
They've
based
been
on the
told
sex
not to
offenders
come here
register.
because the police are trying to protect the people that
No,
they know have got
that's
no
their
involvement in the
bail
organisation.
So do you believe that everybody in there hasn't protected any
There's
of
a
them 10
part
people
of
that
it
have
what has been
done?
signed by.
Because if you think that all of them can live
And
in there and
then-
not know what them 10 people have been doing, then that's not...
So
But
I've said...
in a community that's like that, it happens.
If I lived in the same house as a sex offender, I'd know what he was doing.
Yeah, and what would you do about it?
And if you go and say
Yeah, and I would as
So
well.
none of them have
Yeah.
reported
So
it.
so why are they not then? If you were a victim, why are you not?
They couldn't get out. One person got out and reported it, and that's where
they're
it's
not
come
locked
from.
in there. They're part of our community. Do you not?
But that's how mind control works.
Well, I don't think you belong here if you were your fucking... This guy would have advocated for Jonestown, wouldn't he?
So you believe that you should convict
Our
them
patrols
beyond
have
allegation?
spotted him in the jungle. Hush now, drink the wine, drink the wine. Go to sleep, sleep forever.
So here we go. I was at a demonstration with my megaphone, and I annoyed the life.
Do you believe that she's come out and just made it up?
Hang on a minute. So I was at a demonstration, annoying people with my megaphone, really annoyed them that much. Front and centre, pissing them off. Sorry about the language.
Yeah, you said no swearing.
Yeah, but so I did apologise. So a couple of minutes later, two policemen came to me, took me by the arm, took me to one side. What are the details? Why did they want the details? Because I'd made threats to kill. There was allegations that I'd made threats to kill. So should I be locked up for that? I hadn't made them. I'd not said anything. I'm not that sort of person. If I was that sort of person, I'd be here shouting at you all and arguing with you all. That's all I'm trying to do, is give a different point of view from what you...
So I'll tell you something else that I agree with you on.
Should I be locked up for that allegation? You've just said that you should be locked up for an allegation. It's all the same. It's dead easy. A little kid could go to his mum and say, that woman next door to us, she just whacked me on the back of the head.
So do you believe that one woman would come out of there and make all that up, and they would bring 500 police officers for one allegation that they don't believe is
My
true?
hand on heart, I will say, I haven't got a clue what goes on in there.
No, of course.
And
It's because they're heretical
Okay,
to
if you were a
Islam.
sergeant, would you bring 500 police officers for one allegation?
We just explain why that happens. There's been enough allegations, and it's not just in Crewe, is there? You know, it's been enough allegations globally that the police have said there's like
and they're not allowed in
because they
Bulgaria
can't go,
either.
okay, the kids have alleged that you whacked one of them.
Oh, I know they're in loads of countries that they're in already.
To kill, so the police lock us up.
So they're not allowed in
They don't
Bulgaria
have, like, a
either.
Threshold where, okay, there's
Saudi
enough
Arabia.
rumours, there's enough
Oh, I
allegations.
know they're
people
banned
coming
all
out
over the
saying
Middle
this, that,
East.
and the other. We need to look into this. So once they reach the threshold, that's when the police act. And what they need to do then is protect any evidence that's there. Because if I had made threats to kill and I'd written down on my little notepad all the threats I was going to make, and it was at home,
What does
what would I
LGBT
do if
gathering
the police
mean?
were coming down?
Oh,
I'd it, wouldn't I? Burn it.
Oh, was that for
get rid
this?
of it. So which is why the police hit you straight away.
Oh, I know what they
hundreds
are,
of
I know,
them,
but-
to make sure that the evidence is safe, so that they can do the job properly. And that's all we need to do. At the moment, that's all we're doing, is we're making Crewe look like we're a bunch of people that just jump onto allegations.
So if we didn't
and
come
convict
out, and protest against this,
Okay.
those traitors at the council would just continue to think that people like this can come and live in our country. We don't want Islamic death cults in the UK.
See,
And I'll agree.
See, he's not here for the sexual things. He's
I
here
am.
That's part of the reason he is. Because
So,
he's here for the
can I tell you
There's
all
that
that?
many UK people in there doing that. Would you have the same opinion?
What? Of course you would.
Bollocks, would
No,
you?
well,
So I will agree.
What, are you saying that? So you're saying that if you have a sex offender who was English living next door to you and you knew
A
he
sex
was
offender that was English wouldn't get out on bail, they'd be sent to prison.
No, so if you
That's
do,
the difference.
Once he was convicted
Someone
by
sells drugs, they're sent to prison.
once he's been convicted by the police, yes. Yeah,
They get remanded. They get remanded.
English
Have
people
any of
get
them been
remanded.
remanded?
They
Remand them whilst
Why-
giving evidence.
why have they
Remand
remanded-
them.
why have they
Why have
remanded
you
them?
released them?
Why have they
Why do you
remanded
remand
them?
an English person?
Why?
You remand an English person, so why can't you remand them? Because you're classed as racist.
No, I don't know what. No, you lost me there. You've lost me there. Go with that one
If it was an
again.
English person,
Go with that one again.
Mr. Antifa man, why didn't you
If
fuck
an
off?
English man
Pardon?
did that, they would be remanded in custody.
Defended.
Yeah, I saw you here protesting on the 20th of February.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah. So why are you defending
Protesting
paedophiles?
for anyone.
I know he was, yeah. So
Have I been
you
defended paedophiles?
So-
I think you're just as brainwashed as them, to be honest.
No, I just don't believe in any religion at all.
They
Who
were
do you
alive
think
this
you are to
morning,
tell
but
me
you're
a Crewe
racist
person
to
who
Muslims,
pays
ain't you?
I live in Crewe as well, mate.
Yeah, and I pay me tax.
Yeah,
You
so
tell
do
me to
I.
fuck off from
So
the
do I.
street. Who do you think you are? You've
Who
got no
do you
authority.
think you are?
You've got no
Fucking
authority
being in
to.
there defending paedophiles, you
got-
fucker. How about you fuck off? Well, chin your one.
You chin me one.
Yeah, well, go on,
Well,
fuck
go on
off.
then.
Chin your fuck off.
And how do you think that they are actually
Honestly,
banned?
but this is what he's for.
How do you think that they are actually banned?
What, you're scared of the police, are you? No, if you're brave enough to chin me, chin me.
Hello?
The police will arrest him and they'll
Exactly.
remand him.
Well, why would the,
They let paedophiles out.
why do they arrest him for chinning me?
That doesn't matter, does it? He
it's
would be
chilling.
remanded.
Right, can I just...
So you're saying that he's allowed to break the law and
Hang
they're
on a
not?
minute. Right, how do you think, right,
Hang on a
that
minute,
they
just
are
one at a
banned from an Islamic territory?
You didn't say that to them in there, did they?
No,
Give us that again.
They are banned from an Islamic territory. They are banned from Muslim countries.
Yeah, so have you researched them?
Yes, I
You'll
have.
know then, you'll know.
Yeah,
I
well,
know
no.
everything.
Yeah, so you know why they're banned.
Yeah.
because they're heretical to Islam
To Islam.
Because it's satanic.
and Christianity and Judaism.
Yeah, so
I tell you one
what's
thing
that
that
got to do with the allegations here?
Because they got banned for that. The
For what?
allegations.
don't
No,
want
Did they not
no,
trafficking in other countries?
she's done the investigating. She's done the investigating. Ask her. She's done the investigating.
that's my
She knows.
fault.
Yeah. So ask him on then. Ask him
I
on.
already
She's
know.
done it.
But what
Well,
I'm
you
trying
clearly
to say,
don't.
but let me talk. Let me talk.
Yeah,
This
go
is
on
what
then.
I
Right,
hate.
you know what, we'll
about
get the
Muslims.
Muslims
Never
now.
let anyone talk. What I was saying is the
away from
fact
one fight,
before
so
they
you
were
don't
called
need to
peace and light,
second,
they were called
alright.
black banners way before. And I know that because I've looked deep into them, and they are literally, they've been done in 15 other countries and been banned from 15 other countries from the exact same things that they're getting done for now, bearing in mind.
So are you telling me that they've been?
I've got the court documents from Canada.
So are you going to let me ask this question?
I think he must.
Are you going to let me ask this
He
question?
was one of the ones protesting for
Yeah.
February.
So you're telling me that
With
they've
the-
been
with the
convicted in other countries?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. And
Sweden.
they've been let out
California.
after they've served their time for sexual offences. They've been let out, have they? And then
They
they've
got
all.
banned from what they were doing because they were frauding, racketeering.
So with
what
sex
compels
offences,
you
about?
to defend these
They've all
people?
got done for doing shit for kids.
No.
And other things.
What-
See,
what-
see,
what's
my worry is that
compelling you?
You've already
Do you
said
know-
that you're
do you
here
know
for
that
a
the
lot of things other than
ex-members,
sexual
do you know
assaults,
that they were
and I'm worried
people
about
that
any
were
victims that they.
So this is what I kept trying to say to you. I've already said several times on my live stream that we have to remember that this is a cult, and that people in cults,
your opinion,
in my
it's a cult,
opinion,
yeah.
and hundreds of, but anyway, it's a cult, and in cults, people are mind controlled and brainwashed, and we do have to remember that whilst we're all very angry and pissed off with this situation, that there are probably some victims in there, and I've acknowledged that.
Yeah.
And they need to be rescued. They shouldn't be in there. They should be rescued.
They should be protected. Do you think they feel protected by what's going on here? By people shouting, "Send them back! Send them back!"
Well,
does that make them feel protected?
They probably want to know back at this point.
Well, not
They're
all
all
of them,
from
do they? No,
different
we
countries,
don't know.
probably
We've not
don't.
spoken to them, have we?
I would if I.
Oh, I've spoken to some of them.
Yeah, we've not spoken to a lot of them.
You've spoken to them. You were in there at the protest earlier in the year, weren't you?
Yeah, I certainly was.
Yeah, we
On
stand
the-
up to racism.
Yeah.
Calling us all racists and Nazis.
Well,
and fascists. And now this comes out.
Yeah, so-
500 police officers, some from Sweden, Yeah, digging up the grounds, evidence tents everywhere, helicopters, drones, planes. Like, there's no smoke without fire. You don't mobilise 500 police officers based on flimsy allegations. You have to have
So you're
some.
saying they're flimsy
police.
allegations now?
I'm saying you don't mobilise that many police officers based on flimsy allegations. Those police officers must have had some solid evidence.
On that what happens is the police reach a threshold of allegations, and then they have to investigate. It's simple,
But they
isn't
must
it?
have
So,
a significant reason to mobilise. It's probably cost them millions and millions of pounds
threshold.
to do that
How many times can I
investigation.
say threshold?
You say a threshold however many times you want.
If there was 50,
Abdullah Hashem
if there was
is a
50
cult
allegations
leader.
made against
Abdullah
me for
Hashem
whatever crime
is
it
a
was.
cult leader. We shouldn't tolerate Islamic doomsday cults.
Why are you here?
Because we want them gone.
You want what gone?
I want them gone
Who's
out of the
them?
country, all of them. Take them away. And if
What?
any of them need to be rescued from the cult,
victims?
if any of them need to be rescued, take them out and help them and reunite them with the families and put that cult leader in a cage.
He's not even been convicted yet, and you can't.
He's been charged.
He's not been charged with sexual offences, has he? He's been told to stay away because of the influence he has there, because they want to keep the people here safe.
Have you seen the bail conditions?
Because he's here.
Have you seen the bail conditions?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got quite strict bail conditions.
Not, yeah.
He can't talk to kids.
Only his own
He can't.
Why do you think that is?
Because they're trying to protect people.
Because of what, are they? Has he been convicted of this?
He's not going to be convicted
Well,
yet, though, is he? Because
No,
he's got
exactly.
the
So,
evidence.
yeah, he's not going to be convicted, so we let the police do the job. It's simple, isn't it?
So if we were just all to go home and this was all just gonna, carry on in the background, then those fucking scumbag traitors in Crewe Council would just carry on as if it was all right, as if they could keep, just letting things like this happen in our country. We're tired.
Like what?
Tired, rampant immigration, rampant legal and illegal immigration. I'm here for the whole thing. I've told you.
Thing, but you've mentioned the sexual assault.
Yeah, I'll tell you in a nutshell what I want, and I want Islam out of the UK, and I want lefty retards to you not to have any political power whatsoever, because everywhere radical socialists take power, they turn their country into a cesspit of degeneracy and lawlessness and corruption. I'm not an Islamophobe. I don't have an irrational fear of Islam. I have a fear of Islam based on logical, objective.
Are you listening? Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, I haven't complimented you.
You have.
What? That everywhere socialism takes hold, he turn it into a shithole. You tell me one experiment, one socialist experiment that was successful. You can't do it. NHS. Well, tell me a country. Tell me a successful
NHS.
communist country.
NHS.
Tell me
That's
it's not a country.
This is
And look at
ours.
it. And what's it doing? The NHS is a fucking disgrace right now.
Why is that
It's
then?
failing.
Why is that?
It's failing.
Why is that?
Why? Are you going to tell me it's because of privatisation?
No, I'm going to say that we don't put enough money into it.
Right.
That's
Okay.
all it is. We've got a massive
And where
population,
and where do you
we
get
don't
and where do you get
people.
money from in your communist utopia?
From the population.
Okay.
I've not got a communist utopia. What I've got is, if we don't all look out for each other, we're going to live in a shit country where something goes wrong.
But you're advocating for demographic replacement and the influx
give us that
of
again.
millions and millions
No,
of
give us that
fucking
again.
foreigners that are going to change this country for the worst. And then you're talking about, we have to look after everyone. We can't look after our own, and yet we're trying to look after the whole fucking world. We have to look after our own before we can even begin to think about looking after other people.
who's our own?
Let's fix up here first.
Yeah, so who's our own? Some of them people in there.
Thank you.
Some of them people in there are our own. So why
Say
aren't we
again?
looking after some of them people in there are our own? So why aren't we looking after them?
How are they our own? Oh, you mean the British? Okay, sorry.
So,
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, they
is
need
it-
rescuing.
Are they not our own because
They need rescuing.
So they're not our own because of their colour then?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I never mentioned colour. My biggest gripe is with rampant illegal immigration and legal immigration, regardless of their colour,
Right.
regardless of their religion
So can I
or
ask
their
you-
country of
yeah,
origin.
So can I ask you, when something's broken, what do you do? when your car breaks down, do you go to your car and you kick fuck out of it, or do you change something in
fix
your car?
it.
Yeah. So the system's broken with as regards immigration. I'll 100% agree with you there. The system is broken. So what we're going to do? Blame the victims.
A lot of these people are coming over here, not victims. They're coming over here. You fix it, and that's what we're trying to do.
Fix the system by intimidating the victims. That's shit. That's not the way to go. Nobody does
Okay,
anything
so
to improve society
if us being here, standing up for our communities, hang on, if us being here, standing up for our communities, victimises those people in there. Let me tell you, it's not. I'm saying if it does victimise those people in there, it's not whoever's in there.
So
it's
you don't
just
care
let me
who's in there?
finish.
So you
It's
don't
not.
care who's in there.
I never said that. It's not our fault. It's the policymakers and the lawmakers that have allowed it to happen.
So why victimise them? Get the policymakers. Use your vote. How many of you?
Okay, here you go. You use your vote. There's not going to be a vote. There's going to be no election in Crewe this week. It's been postponed. So how do the people have... You had a by-election.
Yeah, no, it was a council election. Crewe South. Yeah, so how many, what was the percentage of the people in Crewe, in Crewe South?
45%.
I can't hear.
45%.
It wasn't 40.
Yes, it was. Local government can't do anything. This was down to.
But you're saying about Cheshire East allowing this to go on. So if we want to change the system, what do we do? Do we victimise each other? I honestly believe that there should be harsher sentencing and harsher punishment for sex offenders. Across the board. Well, who wouldn't?
What about harsher punishment for councillors and MPs that allow all these sex offenders into the country?
What are you doing? Are you blaming the victims, or are you going to change the system? Blame the victims or change the system. It's up to you. I can't hear too.
I'm here because I got 2 kids at walk last year every single day, 2 young children. I worry about them.
Top tier bell on this one.
So that's why I'm here to protest, to make my...
Kick him out!
Send them back! Send them back! Send them back! Send them back!
Where you sending like British people that are in there? Kick them out.
We don't.
Where you sending the white British people that are in there?
We don't want them there in that place. They should be shut down.
Send them back though. Send them back. Send the white British people back where? Think about what you're chanting. Get them out. Perfect chant.
You can protect your 2 children.
No, everybody's children.
Yeah, so and then you can protect your children. And you can protect them. So we can all...
Even your children or grandchildren, mate. Have you got children or grandchildren?
Done the same. And
Brilliant.
we'd always do the same.
Brilliant.
But if we don't want to have to do this over and over and over again, what do we do?
We have to keep coming here at 7 o'clock every single
Yeah, this guy is he's a member of Stand Up to Racism. He was here last time at the protest, calling us all racists and Nazis. Oh, sorry, my mate.
Every 4 years, got to wait 4 years for that. Got to wait 4 years. Oh, joke. Absolute joke. 4 years. 4 years to wait for people to be brutalised. 4 fucking years.
There's a lot of countries that aren't acceptable.
I don't know what...
We're all cults. All religions are cults, mate.
I don't believe that, but, you know,
We just don't want to
Sherry, keep me posted, please.
Anyway, there you have it. You know, I could keep filming him, but he don't deserve all the attention. You can nutcase him, mate. Still going on with himself, yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey, fucking that guy, man.
He was here last time at the protest.
Was he, yeah?
In there with them, fucking calling us all racists and Nazis.
Can imagine changing
you know,
his out on the outside, he tries to do it nicely, doesn't he?
If we can't have this conversation without being labelled as fucking racist all the time, we're going to get nowhere. You know,
But you know what the funny thing is? They're really and truly, what they don't understand is that when they're seeing this racist bullshit and they're going on about it, they don't know what they're talking about. When they're standing with like, I'm not going to say who, but when they're standing with these different like organisations, what have they been doing for years? Making people slaves, making people slaves. What did Arabs do? They made other minorities like Africans and stuff like that. They made them slaves. So what are you following? Do you understand what I mean?
If you look at Libya now, a large percentage of like Africans that are trying to escape into Europe because you know you can come to places like the UK. When they pass through Libya, what thing happens to them? They get fucking chained up and sold on slave markets. Libya's just become a massive slave market because you know Islamists are fucking kidnapping African migrants and trying to sell them.
Same thing with at the moment in Nigeria as well with
the Christians getting sacrificed.
They're
crazy.
fighting back now though.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's good. Where are you now?
Looking to go over there, mate.
Really? Brave, mate, brave.
My granddad's from there, isn't it?
Brave.
No, it's not live now, but
What's your name, mate? I'm Tom Nick. Nice to meet you. Nice one, brother. A little drone in the sky now. Where is it?
I think it's Jarmain's.
Is it Jarmain's? Is it?
Just like everybody else.
Did he? I think that might be Jarmain's drone in the sky there.
Have you not seen it? They've got their own drone and they've got
Well, do you know where the drone landing zone is round the back there? Have you seen that?
Is it the police one?
The police one, yeah. They'll have like a little staging area around the back there.
That's their drone, isn't it? That's not a police drone.
No, that's a police drone. That's someone's.
Oh, is it?
That's a YouTuber's drone, that I think. It's only a little one. He's still going, yeah. He's still going. So you're witnessing a man with the end stage of the woke mind virus as it consumes his brain, turns it to excrement. As the woke mind virus proliferates through his slowly decaying body, and he slowly perishes in real time as the rampant socialism infects his entire body, shutting down every one of his organs and his capacity for rational thought.
Yeah, you fuck off, you're a lefty. You're a lefty.
Does that sound friendly?
You're part of sanitary racism.
I've never heard anything like that.
So,
Well, you weren't even there. So, I mean,
you were in there protesting with them.
Yeah, we've just said that. We've just been talking about that.
So you defend them, don't you?
I defend people against racism.
We're not racist. We're not racist.
I'm not saying that you are.
When you were at that protest, you were calling us racist. Ooh, get him! Get him! Ooh. Get him! Get your pitchforks out, guys! We've got a live one.
I'm asking people to speak one at a time to me. If you want me to answer, no, just don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me, and I can't answer. What was that?
They never talk, do they? That's the point. Why give them airtime? Why don't you just blank check and walk away? No one speaks to them. That's the main thing, isn't it? Don't give them airtime.
I'm not got my hearing aids in because there's too many people around and it won't be able to do it. So I have to turn it ears.
Oh, fucking funny.
How you doing?
Sorry, my mate.
Are
they?
Don't speak to no.
Stephen.
Oh, no, he's a fucking idiot, isn't he? Like you say, they're at the gate, are they? Let's go and have a butcher's. They're at the gate, allegedly. You squeeze through there. Nice one, my mate.
Come out and answer the questions. Come on. Why are you running away?
You paedophiles, the lot of you.
Let me in, I want to join. I want to join. Not had sex for ages.
These guys must be getting tired now.
Well, the cult's just not welcome. That's it.
Sorry, mate.
Hey,
Hey, check that mint dog out. Hey, say hello to your doggo. Hey, you mate.
Yeah, we can look.
Is he? I bet he's fucking not. Hey, mate. Hello. Beautiful.
Yeah, we go when you don't protect it. We like it, the stampede. That's how it felt.
Are they out? Are they?
Get out.
Why have they got a basketball court? You see the bagger race with the blue court. Did you see that?
Huh?
They just invited him in for a cup of tea.
Who invited Red Top? Who, these guys? No way.
They invited for coffee.
Did your mates just invite you in for a cup of tea? Give over.
They paid for him to come. There's things on the internet that people have said.
Go in there, mate. Drink some Kool-Aid with them lot.
I was in there with these people. So we got a bus put on.
Why would
they
you
pay to come?
Why would you pay for that? To get people to come here from out of town, Manchester, everywhere.
Stand up to race.
I know. It's just been. So this super commie here has just been invited in for a cup of tea with the cult.
You know all them signs? Mass printed signs.
You're going in for a cup of tea and a slice of cake.
If they're doing nothing wrong, why all the secrecy?
Fucking hell. So the Doomsday Cult have just invited the super lefty in for a... Alright, mate. I'm good, mate, I'm good. Just invited the super lefty in for a cup of tea. So come in, mate. Hello, gorgeous. Hello. So there you go. He's clearly one of their friends. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you for that.
They just invited him in for a drink. The cult.
What, that guy?
The guy, fucking commie over there.
You go and drink the Kool-Aid.
That's what I just said. Go in and drink some Kool-Aid.
I thought I was being original now.
I'll check this van out here. It's Ford van. I know, yeah, man.
Oh man.
Look at this. How mint is that? Look at that. Sick car. Yeah, man, I'm all buzzing off that, mate.
What's his point? This guy, what's he saying?
Well, he was here last time when we did the protest. He was in there with Stand Up to Racism, calling us all racists.
Oh, he was in there?
He was in there, yeah. He was in there last time,
Oh, right.
screaming and shouting at us.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy now that, you know, you've got so many people in this country supporting these fucking, you know, radical left-wing ideas that have fucking destroyed country after country, and, you know, they try and force this shit on us, and then when we all react and adopt right-wing ideas to counteract them, you know, they call us all out for it, but, you know, the right wing only exists because of them, as a reaction to them trying to force us to live under their grotesque communist fucking ideals. That's right, man. Restore all the fucking way. Restore Britain. Still going over there, fucking Che Guevara's fucking granddad over there. All right, mate. The Mank Mr. T, give him a follow, guys. Nice one, Ruth. Appreciate it. YouTube live, yeah. Yeah.
What's the name on it, mate?
Make Albion great again.
Make Albion great.
Yes, mate. Nice one, pal.
Had quite a few people on Twitter, hadn't you, taking videos?
I've gone viral on Twitter this morning, yeah.
Yesterday it were, I've seen a few.
Yeah.
See you in a bit, Grant, anyway. See you in a bit, Mucker. Yeah, see you later, mate.
This guy's still going over here. Che Guevara's fucking granddad.
Well, there was like clear the road, please. Clear the road. Come on, you
I
can
think-
talk to him. Just clear the road.
I know, man. I'm just trying to squeeze in. Nice one, mate. No, I'm all right,
It's
bro.
when it's like white British individuals, you know, it's like.
Here we are, an exclusive interview with Che Guevara's granddad.
It's the same. We all have to abide by the same laws of the country. If we're not happy with the laws, we can protest.
Legally.
We can legally protest. We don't have to be violent. We don't have to threaten to stop people because we don't agree with what they believe in. And what we do is, if it's too big a problem for you to sort on your own, you get together in your groups and you vote. And you go out on the streets and you knock on doors and you give him
Talking
leaflets
about
and you
voting,
say,
but he's not saying who he'd vote for.
We all know who he's voting for.
No, I'd like him to answer that.
This guy is.
Because you're saying that preaching
part of them.
on and on about
We've seen
if you
him
want
there in
something
February.
changed, you want to
Just
change
invited him in for a
Yeah, so
February.
the
hang on a
party
minute.
that's in power.
First
right?
of all, I will tell you.
Defo got a broken wing and a club
I'm
foot.
a bit offended that you think that I'm preaching because you're asking me my opinion.
No,
Yeah, so-
preaching is the terminology to repeat yourself
He was
over
trying to
and
say
over
before
again in
that
public to a
they were
multiple group of
innocent.
people.
But
So
I'm
let's not
getting
go
the
there.
same question
Yeah.
over and over again, so what else do I do?
Who are you getting
So
voted
then you
for?
could
That's
answer the
all I
question.
want
Yeah,
to
so
know.
I'm preaching now.
Yeah, man, who you going to vote
Since I was
for?
18, my first day ever voting,
Yeah.
voted Labour.
Yeah,
And I
right.
voted Labour all my life, apart from when...
The Communist Party's good.
Hang on a minute. Ray, are you locals?
Me, myself, no.
No. So does anybody here know Ray Stafford?
Is he a local councillor? or
A
is he?
local councillor
Yeah.
for the Liberals.
Okay.
And he used to be out every day, litter picking. He used to organise duck races on Macon Meadows.
So he was
Is that- is that-
improving
is that-
the area.
Is that a big
So he
campaigning
was the
point in
only
Crewe? Foot
non-Labour
racing.
person that I voted for.
Fair man.
And every time he came up for election, because what was he doing? He was
Racing
making it
ducks.
better for our
Okay, so
community.
you saw someone that you liked what he was doing locally, right?
Isn't that
So
what...
and that changed your vote
Of course he did.
completely.
Oh, well, not completely.
So,
for
so who did you end up voting for?
every time he came up for election, I always voted for him
Lib Dem
because we
right?
needed
Lib Dem.
Lib Dem, yeah.
well, he was Liberal at the time. There was no such thing as Lib Dem in
fair.
them days. Bloody hell. I'm old.
So who are you going to
But
vote
now-
for this time?
so, honestly, hand on heart, I haven't got a clue.
Who you got? If you got like
you
two,
had
you trying to decide between. Who you thinking?
I'm not trying to get you.
Green,
not my dad,
Labour.
right?
So you're asking me
It's just
now
nice to have your opinion, you know,
Yeah.
someone else's opinion. Like, yeah.
hand on heart, I've always voted Labour, and to ask me whether I'm comfortable voting Labour next time,
You couldn't do that now.
I'm sorry about the language.
So Labour
Okay,
out the window.
for me, Labour are not the party that I've supported all my life.
So
I
Greens-
need them to look after us all, because if we were all looked after, we had proper housing, proper schooling, proper hospitals and care like that in the community, we wouldn't need to turn to racism.
no alleged cults.
No one's turning to racism. Always pulling this racism card, man.
But in their defence, I would say the reason why they've moved further and further away from what I think a Labour Party should
It's a
be.
more conservative.
Anyway, so guys, I'm going to going to drop the stream for a bit. My battery's going to die, but I'll be back on. I'm going to just get something to eat, and I'm going to chill out for an hour because it's hard work just streaming all the time. But I will be back on within the hour. Just need to chill for a bit, charge my phone, and obviously if it goes off, I'll be straight back on the live stream. So yeah, I'll be back soon. Much love, everyone. Thanks for watching. Any subscribers, thank you for that. And like I say, I will be back in an hour or so.